Hello Indie Game fan, December was a quieter month of releases, but a number of these were covered in my best of the year recaps, but I do have some surprises up my sleeve, such as Melatonin, a wonderful little rhythm game that plays with the idea of dreams and how these can sometimes bleed into reality. This has drawn comparisons to Rhythm Heaven for good reasons, since the rhythm minigames and levels are built in a similar way, but with their own unique twist on it, seen especially in the art and colour palette chosen, where if you love rhythm games, this is one to get. I love how this developer is just making throwback titles to the N64 era, with Super Kiwi 64 being exactly that, a collectathon 3D platformer where you play as a little kiwi bird trying to make its way through the levels. While I don't think early polygons hold up as compared to pixel art, games with visuals like this sure does push some nostalgia buttons, where if you look back fondly on the golden age of 3D platformers, this will certainly be of interest. I usually do not recommend that indie developers surprise release their games, since more often than not, that leads to a botched launch, which hampers their game's success, but Sailforth managed to pull it off with the help of Nintendo, of course. This got a primetime spot on their YouTube channel, where momentum from there has carried on to its Steam release, being an open-world sailing action-adventure title that is worth a play. You are the captain of your own ship and can sail the high seas in search of adventure, battling pirates and even a sea monster or two, with a pretty decent art style and a good gameplay loop. Choo-Choo Charles had the advantage of going viral on social media, since the nightmarish spider tank Charles is certainly an iconic character, so much so that mobile clones are beginning to pop off using the same design. You play as a character who's attempting to kill the evil spider train Charles, moving about on the island on your very own train in order to help the locals and to get parts for upgrades, all with the overhanging threat that Charles could just show up from over the horizon.
Hey! You know, if you actually want to win this fight, you'll need some serious firepower.
It is intense and weird and pretty impressive considering that it's a very small team that made this, being a feel-good indie dev story as well.
Now that you have those rockets and my launcher, all you need is a target.
Unless you want that train of yours to end up in my junkyard, you better get some upgrades.
One of the most successful games to release out of early access is Potion Craft Alchemist Simulator, where I've noted in the past that there are quite a number of these potion brewing, shopkeeping simulation adventure games available right now, with this game being another good entry worth a play. You're running your own potion shop, gathering your own ingredients and experimenting in order to craft new concoctions, which you can then sell to your customers, indirectly affecting the story that unfolds with an awesome art style as well. I love my Metroidvanias, which is why Frontier Hunter Erza's Wheel of Fortune got my attention in the first place, being a 2.5D entry that looks alright, giving me a little bit of a blood-stained Ritual of the Night feel. There are 3 playable characters which you can swap between, as well as a more involved combat system, with an interesting mix of themes with monsters, aliens, swords, magic, machines and more, so it's kind of all over the place, which somehow gives it its charm. This developer's pedigree is also of interest, since the roguelite platformer Tower Hunter Erza's Charles is also good, so it's interesting to see them make a Metroidvania, and I cannot wait until it's done with early access. One of the more underrated titles of the year is Lil Gator Game, which I believe is primarily due to a December release where you play as a little alligator, exploring and having fun on an island. There's a sense of childlike wonder to this character and game, being very whimsical and lighthearted that just has good vibes all around. Hello! If you're seeing this, you might not know that I have a Patreon, where support from there really adds stability to the channel as we build towards the indie mega list, so do hop on over and chip in if you can.
In the aftermath of the moon explosion caused during their engine launch,
decisive action from scientists and politicians across the globe.
At Dolos, we have always looked to the stars, taking a fascination in the hope that can be found in the heavens for humankind. On Earth, we have faced climate crisis, political instability, ecosystem collapse, and we here at Dolos AEC have acted to overcome these difficulties.
A very impressive city builder title is Ixion, where you are the administrator of a prototype space station sent into space to explore and to find a new home for humanity. You do need to carefully manage your resources to keep the crew alive, all while keeping the faith with your crew members to get them to trust the corporation that built the space station in the first place. It is a very impressive piece of work and has a little bit of a Frostpunk vibe, being of interest to fans of the genre.
No matter the challenge that faces us,
The Steam release of Dwarf Fortress with new graphics has been a monumental success, where this is the OG colony simulator, where I'm happy for the developers in that they probably do not need to worry about money anymore, and rightfully so since they've put in the work over the past 20 years or so, and this game is great as a result. It will of course be no surprise that this pixel art JRPG gets top billing since it ranked very high in my personal Game of the Year list, where if you grew up with the classics like me, this gives you the same kind of feeling but much faster and more streamlined and does not waste your time, making Chain Echoes the best indie JRPG right now. We can watch this for more of the best of 2022.